It's now day 15. I didn't record anything yesterday. So 2 days ago, it was in sunshine, no snow, feeling great. And then just 2 days later, things are a bit different. So yesterday, I had a really rough day, didn't feel very well. And I actually felt really quite bad. Just feeling a bit ill, and also starting to feel some mild effects of AMS, acute mountain sickness. So just the mild effects. So today it's better. So hopefully we've done the right thing to carry on. But every day, you know, it's getting harder. And just to remind ourselves, we've just met one of our friends who we were talking to 2 nights ago in the lodge in Derbyshire, and she's walking down because she can't go any further. She can't sleep, she can't eat, she can't do anything. So she's have to end her trip before she's got to the end, so that's really sad. And just in the 2 weeks, just to our knowledge, in the 2 weeks that we've been up here, 1 person has been killed, 3 people have been emergency evacuated, and that's just from trekkers, that's not from climbers. So it just reminds you that actually this is really hard, what we're doing. And I found it really hard the last sort of 24, 30 hours. So it just shows how quickly it can change. Obviously you can see around me the weather and the conditions have completely changed from 2 days ago. So instead of sun and blue skies and beautiful views, we're in the middle of a cloud. It snowed overnight, it's really cold. I've got 3 layers just on my head, just to try and keep me warm. And my feet are feeling really cold. The good news is, today is day 15, tomorrow, day 16, we're going to base camp. So I really hope that we will all get up there. I'm sure we will, but it's not easy at the moment. It's not easy at all. Okay, I realise I was being a bit miserable earlier, so I thought now we've actually got indoors and we've all warmed up a little bit, I'll explain a little bit more about AMS, which is acute mountain sickness, otherwise known as altitude sickness. The day before yesterday, we attended a free talk by the Himalayan Rescue Association, and the doctors there talked about the way that your body reacts to the gains in altitude. And the reason why it becomes a problem is essentially because your body cannot catch up fast enough when you're climbing through higher altitude. So above 2,500 metres, it starts to get a little bit more difficult to breathe. That's because there's just simply less oxygen in the air. And your body will react and will start to create more blood cells, red blood cells, in the long term. In the short term, it can't do that. So what it does instead, your heart rate increases to try and get more oxygen around your body, and your breathing becomes deeper and more frequent. So this is why people start to feel a little bit out of breath, and why if you check your pulse, your heart's increased a bit more. I was going to also show we're pretty well prepared on our trip. So our guides carry an oximeter. So every day we're checking the oxygen saturation levels in our blood. And that tells us if there's any big drops in the amount of oxygen that we've got going around our bodies, and if there is, then that's something that we need to keep an eye on. And we also have a Gamov bag, which is like a big sleeping bag, and if you're having a problem, if you're really suffering from the altitude, you can get inside the Gamov bag and pump air into it, and that will increase the pressure inside the bag, which would have the same effect as going down to a low altitude. But the key thing to do is, if you're starting to suffer from AMS, is to descend. So that was the thing that the doctors were telling us all the time, is that if you feel symptoms, you must descend. And even though there's lots of symptoms, I think we've all got some kind of mild symptoms. I've had not really a headache, but I've been very short of breath the last few days. But the key thing is the headache. So if you've got loss of appetite and shortness of breath, that's not too unusual, but it's the headache that's the key thing that they want you to look out for. Because if you've got a headache, what that actually means is that the blood vessels inside your brain are actually starting to leak, and your brain's actually pressing inside your head on your skull. So that's a potentially very dangerous situation to be in. So we try and avoid that. Another thing we try and do is keep warm, so keep our woolly hats and our gloves on and our scarves. eat lots of sweet things like coconut crunchies, the best biscuits in Nepal, is my plug. And take some painkillers if you need them. And the other key thing is that I think all of us now, apart from Paul, are taking Diamox, which is the drug that helps you cope with AMS by increasing your breathing rates and encouraging the kidneys to produce more red blood cells. So they're the things that we're doing to try and keep ourselves fit enough to get to Everest Base Camp tomorrow. Morning, day 16. I was going to talk about how awful I feel because the last couple of hours this morning I felt absolutely terrible. But then, you know, I thought stop feeling sorry for yourself, look around, and the sun has just come up over Nuptse. I'm just going to swing around and show you the mountains. It's just unbelievable. I'm so lucky to be here. And so I think, stop moaning. And look, I've even got a little friend here. Let's just find him. All right, mate. Can you? How are you? I think he's as out of breath as I am. Totally out of breath. Had a pounding headache this morning. Every time I stop, I just got stars flashing in front of my eyes. It's just horrible. And I feel nauseous, don't want to eat anything. But you know, the sun's come up now, so hopefully things will get a bit better. So we've made it to Gorakshep. That's the last stop now before base camp. I had some breakfast, feel a lot better now, so that's going well. But I'm just wondering, is this the world's highest beach here? It's actually a dried lake bed, but it's just sand everywhere, and it's snowing, so it seems pretty weird. Oh yeah, just forgot to say there's some yaks coming, so let's go over and see those. Yaks on the beach. Okay, just about made it. It's Everest Base Camp. It's what we've come here to achieve, and we've all done it. So, woohoo! Good on everybody. But there's a very tired group of people here. It's not as cold as it was this morning, but it's you know, it's hardly warm. We just sat on a glacier, on the Khumbu Glacier. Khumbu ice fall is behind us. Show you that in a minute. And we're just here at one of the many expedition camps that are dotted around, probably quite a wide area, probably about a 1 kilometre area. So we're here. I'm sure I will feel a bit more euphoria in the next couple of days, but right now I just want to have a lie down. Khumbu Glacier. Everest is another 3,000 metres, another 10,000 feet behind us in the clouds. We didn't see it today, but we're hoping that in the morning we'll see it from the summit of Kalapatar. Day 17, that's Everest over my shoulder. Yesterday, well, I think I realised the last 2 days have been really hard. but at least this morning I got the euphoria of having this amazing view. We've climbed about 2,000 feet, 550 metres up to the top of a trekking peak called Kalapatar. The views all around here are absolutely incredible. This is one of the most amazing moments of my life, and I just feel as if we're all incredibly lucky to be up here. The weather couldn't be better. It's just blue sky. It's cold, it's windy, but you know, don't care right now. And when I turn around in a minute and start descending from the top of this mountain, it's downhill all the way, all the way back to Lukla in about, I don't know, maybe 4 days' time. So we all did it, and yeah, it just feels amazing. Okay, I just wanted to add, it's been 17 days since we started walking. We've climbed about 10,000 metres and about 150, 160 kilometres, that's over 100 miles. And we couldn't have done, or I couldn't have done any of this without my mate Paul! Cheers mate! Hey! And so if I'm saying thank yous, it's not just Paul who's helped me on this trip. The whole of our trekking group have been a wonderful bunch of people. There's Murray, Swati, Eve, Michael, Sabina, and our guides Monju, Gan and Berka, and also the porters. We've been really lucky to have a great bunch of Nepalese looking after us, and thanks to them we were able to complete our trek without any problems. So thanks guys. So we made it back to Lukla. Final few steps there. It's been the last 2 hours coming uphill again, but we're done. This is day 21, 3 weeks of trekking every single day, and we feel, how'd you feel, Paul?
Ready for a samosa.
I think he's absolutely right. So after walking 150 kilometres and climbing 10,000 metres, our reward is the best samosa in Nepal. It's okay.